Hey guys, I got another video for you. We are playing Lord of the Rings Rise to War, and I'm going to be going a little more in depth on how to accelerate some of the experience, but we're not just going to talk about the commanders or the ring power. We're going to see a bit how all of that meshes together with your resources and your experience with your commanders and the things like that, and how it's going to benefit you for the early game. I know this beta is going to be done in about, I don't know, about a month or so, I think it is, and it's gonna stink for a lot of us. A lot of us have pretty good pulls as far as commanders go. We got a lot of progress under our belt, and all of that's going to be reset. But this is how we're going to get back on our feet. This is when the real game rolls out, and we're going to be ready. So I have quite a few tips here. So let's get started. First, we're going to talk about optimizing efficiency. And one of the ways you can do that is you want to get a commander that has healing abilities along with him. So if we look at some of the commanders we have with really any faction, you're going to find that it's pretty easy to find a tier one commander, just like Gorbag here. I know I'm on Isengard, but I got Gorbag. If we look at his points here, he's got this one, even on the tier 1 side, dress wounds. One allied units recovers 57.1% HP by round 2. That actually, I think, maxed out goes to something ridiculous like 400%. So that is going to save you big time, because the reason we want to do this, it's going to minimize the resources spent on conscripts. So the units you do make for your army, you want to save. You don't want them dying off, because as you start off, you know your apothecary is going to be really low level. You're not going to be able to save a lot of your wounded soldiers. So this is a good way to do it. Find yourself a good commander that has some healing abilities. Next up, you can get get as many commanders as you can early on in the game, and the way you do that is you can go to the tavern and complete some tips. Sometimes you'll luck out and you'll have it where it'll just give you a commander for completing it, which is really awesome. Another way to do that is go to the Matham, get some math coins, and you want to spend them here, but you've got to be very careful because nothing is guaranteed though. So if you have a couple to spare, that's fine. But for this example, every 24 hours, you'll see that you get a free pull. So you pull the free pull, you see what you get. All right, that's fine. I know I need that drumstick chicken thing for one of them that I wanted to unlock, which is tier 1, and that's fine. But the more commanders we have in the early game, the better we can traverse Middle Earth here. And last but not least, we're going to talk about in optimizing efficiency is focusing on leveling 1 at mid game. So once we start progressing into where your main hall is probably about 6, level 7, you're getting on up there. You're getting your armies together. You're getting some good tier 2, maybe tier 3 units. What you want to do is you want to single out one of these commanders that you've pulled, probably a tier 2, and if you're lucky enough to get a tier 3 by then, which is possible, they'll just give it to you with those math coins. Is you want to pick one out that you want him to be or her to become your champion. That's the one you want to focus on. So you can set aside just one and make them your champion. This goes a long way, because if you're playing this now and you're well into the game, you'll know you've either seen a buddy with it or maybe an enemy where they're like level 44, 45. They're just wrecking you, and that comes from having a champion. So the next thing we want to look at is playing the market. So as soon as you can get around 100,000 of each resource, as soon as you'll see at the top of the screen here, where you're seeing you're getting about 100,000 of each of your resources, start playing the market here as much as possible. So the reason why you want to do this is because the 50% gains mean time saved. So these 50% off ones, like the 30 minutes, you get 3 of these, 3 30-minute intervals where you just knock off 30 minutes of the structure time. And let's see, 5 minutes recall speed. You got shortens wounded soldier treatment cube in the apothecary. So these ones are really good. Now it's going to cost you a few gems, but again, a lot of people were asking, you know, I get nothing from the Matham, you know, I waste all my coins, I waste all my gems just to have bad luck. Well, this isn't luck. This is cutting your conscript times down. This is your recall times, your apothecary times, and healing your units. So this is going to be gems well spent. So as long as you're getting those resources behind you, you can start spending them on here or moving them around as you need them. So we'll move on to the next one. Always keep building. You have these these 2 queues that you can fill up. Be building at all times if you can get it. If you don't have the resources, go get them, but you need to be building all the time. But you also want to be focused in how you build. And what does that look like? Build towards tier 3 troops. Have a goal in mind. Normally what that's gonna stem from is gonna be from your champion or from some other good commanders that you have. So let's say we pulled alerts here. He very much excels in having Uruk-hai under his command. So something I leveled up here, Uruk-hai Elite. Current level might is increased by 15%. His speed is upped by 15%. And because he's at max level, his speed himself is up 15 points. You couple that with one other thing he has here in Pursuer. If you notice, you get the perk if you're 15 out of 15. Max level effect, damage bonus effect are modified by speed. So if we go couple this, the Uruk-hai Elite, the max level here, plus 15 speed. Also, what he's got here in the Pursuer, damage bonus effects are modified by speed. You've now just accelerated not just his power, but the command power he has of Uruk-hai. But that's just it. If I look at my units here, I don't just have Uruk-hai. I have orcs and I have trolls. I also have the wicked men from the east, not to be confused with the wicked witch of the west. So we got the northern quarters for your orcs and your wargs, and then I have the Uruk quarters. This is where I would focus. So I've got this going for me because I have Lurtz, because he was a very key component to my armies that I was sending out. So be focused in what you're building. Have a plan. And again, base that plan on what you know about your commanders. Also, build as many training grounds as you can. This is for everyone. The training grounds. Go back. The training grounds here. Training camp. Increases commander's command stat. So this is gonna allow your commanders to command more armies, and that's what you want. You want to accrue this mass that you can command, and I know that gets capped out, and eventually you'll have to up your main hall to continue. But again, that is another goal that you will have in mind as you are building. So, continuing on. Use your ability points. If you watch the other videos that I've made, I'll see if I can tag him in this video, maybe in the upper right hand corner. I got to figure out how to do that, but maybe in the future you'll see a link there. But you're gonna want to use those ability points, especially in the early game. Have somebody gathering resources. I did have the option to pick this guy, Sharku, and some of his abilities were focused on gathering resource. So you see resources gathered, 14% increase. That is incredible. Now again, we're talking early game here though, so it's not going to be 14%. But again, if I have that in mind and I have it as a goal as he's leveling up, that's what I want to do, I want this commander specifically to be for gathering, then I'm going to do that. Also, again, watch the other video. You're going to see that we're going for the higher yielding tiles. You know, we don't want to use the 1 and 10s in the beginning. If we can muster up enough strength to take over a 60 or a 90, maybe even if it's just 1, we can utilize that tile, even though it's beyond our abilities right now. We can use that tile to gather resources. But again, you want to get those higher yielding tiles to also use them for the mock battles. So again, as you're in the late game, you've got some good pulls, some good commanders that you can set aside, or maybe he's your champion that you don't really send out as often. You can set him aside, get on that higher yielding tile to do some mock battles, get some experience for them, get those abilities going. That way you do have that champion that's ready to go. Next, let's talk about chests. Do not spend your gems on chests. Please don't. If you go to the Matham, I'm gonna advise you to just use those free ones, or if you're gonna spend the gems, you'll see here, after I got the free one, I get a half price one for 200. I would only maybe get, oh snap. Is that for Sauron? Oh, okay, that's pretty lucky. I'm glad I got that on video. But anyways, I want Sauron so bad. Let's continue. Use those half price ones and then use your Matham coin, and this works out. See, it says draw one more times for a guaranteed exquisite. So I'm gonna use the coin, but I don't have it. I'll go ahead and use the gems. Why not? And then now we got an exquisite, and we got this one here. I don't even know what they call the gold ones. It's super rare. But only use those when you know you're gonna get those guaranteed good pulls. Otherwise, just wait till they're free. Just mass quantities of gems can be spent here, and you will pull absolutely nothing. I mean, unlike I just did. That was a pretty lucky pull. Don't use that as an example. I see a lot of people that are, you know, just really upset. They're spending all their gems and they're getting nothing. So wait for that guarantee, and then wait for those half price moments too. Last, we're gonna talk a little bit about your ring power. So in the early game, you're gonna get the resources. Any kind of boosts you can get, they go a long way in the early game. So if you go to the ring and you want to go down this path in the upper left, go to the levy. That's going to help you with your taxes that you get. Right now, even with those, I'm not even maxed out, and I get 21%. You know, 21% increase in the early game could go a long way. And also further down, these will accelerate your passive gathering. So you don't have to go gather it. It's just what you get, what you accrue from the tiles you currently have. Get those going for you so that you can have the resources to do all these things we've been talking about, to get those buildings going, to get those tier 3 units going, as you're focused on, to get those commanders where they need to be. In the mid game, you're gonna probably want to change your ring power, Again, if you look at the upper right hand corner, it says reset. You can reset some of these. Like if you have stamina maxed out, you can't reset that. And same thing with battle lines, you cannot reset that. But in the points you do have for free to reset, you're gonna want to reset to get powerful sweeping, because this applies to tiles too. You're gonna take over those tiles a little more easy. You'll see right now I don't have that, but right here, against stationary armies, damage dealt 1%, and then sweep stamina cost isn't gonna be as much. So you wanna get those sweeps going, and then mid to late game, or even late game, you wanna go into combat mode. So that's your power, whether that's focus energy, depending on your hero that you made, or the champion that you were building on. If he's like Kamul, Kamul for me is my champion, and he's more focus driven. He's not might driven. So you see right here, might, that's going to be your burn, your poison, and your focus damage. Or you're going to go the might route, depending on who your champion is. So you're going to go for that, for movement, and for conscription. These are going to keep you generating more of what you need, and that's going to be armies and the movement of those armies. So if you go over here to abundant alacrity, sure. Your marching speed is going to be increased. Do not do like I did, abundant dexterity. I thought that's what I was boosting, and I later on found out that I needed to reset my ring because I got the wrong one. I wanted marching speed, and I got speed for my my champion. That's not what I wanted. So get that marching speed going. You can watch a video I have out on how to traverse the map. It's really easy to do. It's a little confusing at first, but if you watch that video, it explains it well enough to where you'll be on your way. But again, this is more late game. This is when you're on conquest mode. You've got your champion built up. You've got his or her combat stats and abilities going. You got the movement and your conscript, not only in your ring, but in your building as well, that you have it leveled up, and you're ready to attack. You're ready to go on a conquest to take over some land. So I hope this video helps you out. If you guys have any other suggestions or something that I might have missed, leave a comment, please. We're all learning as we go. This was put together with one of my buddies in my war band, just from, talking things out, learning what's best, and we're kind of really looking forward to the next time we get together, pick a brand new, fresh team, and really get an accelerated start on a brand new game. So I hope you enjoy this video. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. I'm gonna try to get more tips and tricks out there. I know this video was a little bit longer than the ones I usually do. I kind of like to do more bullet point, quick videos that are easy to understand, something you just get up and start going, and especially when it's so topical. This one was a bit more in depth, but again, just hit me up if you need anything. Leave a comment, and I'll be happy to help you.